Hi, I'm going to be showing you how to just do a quick coil wrap around a cabochon. This is a bit too many coils around this one. I don't know if you can see, but there's this space going on in there. Bloop, bloop, right in there. So it needs to be flat against it, and but the tutorial I'll show you how to get it right. And I need to strip. I use reclaimed copper wire, so I've got to strip this and clean this up before I can show you how I do that. I'll be back. In the meantime, my name is Arlene Schiffer, aka Miss May Werribee, co-owner of MJ's Blues and Dance Club, a virtual live venue inside Second Life. We host a lot of blues concerts, live blues concerts, classic rock, and other genres, and a lot of charity events. Click subscribe, see what else I've got coming up, and I'll be right back. Okay, ready to go. First thing, I'm not going to be using a stone or a real cabochon. This is something playing with clay a little while back with my granddaughter. Not playing with clay, but just mixing of paints and whatnot. And did up a couple of round shapes and oval shapes, stars, moons, clovers, you know, the whole Lucky Charms thing. But it's not really usable for jewelry purposes. Maybe book covers or inlays in jewelry boxes. Magnets are beautiful with these. They're very lightweight. They're made with, this is a regular molding, not molding clay, but polymer clay. To do something more sturdy, I would use more of a molding or a sculpting clay. But and my epoxy is marine grade, so it had a little extra shrinkage. But anyways, not going to go into my inventory, and but it will be perfect for this demonstration on making just a coil type wrap. It's not a compression wrap, not a true compression wrap, but once you got it all bound together, it's compressed and not going anywhere. Not really. But this one here is made incorrectly. I have too many rings on it, and they didn't come together correctly. But it's a good example of what I'm going to show you. And maybe I can show you a little bit about this bail. Kind of a filigree starter of a Celtic knot. But neither of them, if I may, just perfect for a little bow tie type bail. Very easy, convenient, and stylish. And they work with anything that you want to use with them. So I'm going to show you how to try and do this. Here was another attempt, another fail. But also, check these out. Aren't these pretty? I love this. I love this design. Again, I don't remember the name of the design, but the designer has a tutorial up on her website for sale. And what's her name? Wendy from Door 44 Studios Designs, I believe. I'm almost positive. And this is not exactly the way that she has it in the tutorial. I think she hammers these parts out to be more flat petals. But I just did a couple of changes. I had created it from memory. I didn't purchase the tutorial, and I apologize for that. But one of the cool things about it, and one of the reasons for the whole design, is so you can actually flip the stone. You see how it's just beautiful on both sides, or you know, if you have one that's beautiful on both sides, and it doesn't hurt anything. You want a complete drill through the center, top, bottom, they might call it, and round. And this one here is pretty good. It's nice and balanced with the drill. And this one not so much. So that's why I have this bail a little bit further down, so it won't be so apt to flip, because it just does it constantly anyways. But yeah, check out the tutorial. It's really easy for beginners. This is absolutely one of the easiest projects you'll get, and you'll build a lot of confidence with that. That and Lisa Lynn Barth has a book out, Timeless Wire Weaving or Timeless Wire Wrapping. It's one of the above, and it looks intimidating, but once you get through it, you're going to have completed some projects, and you're going to call yourself a master at that point. But at any rate, for my video, I'm going to try and show you how to do that. First, this is a reclaimed piece of wire, cleaned and ready to go. I'm going to need to file the ends down, and so you're going to need, this is 16 gauge, a file, good sturdy cutters, because this is thick. It's kind of a dead soft, but not really. But you know, it's dead soft. We'll leave it at that. If you want to use a mandrel to shape the wire, that's fine. Usually around, if it's a stone, I'll use a mandrel to get it started. That way I'm not scratching or flipping the stone around with the possibility of dropping it. If you want to make a bail hook like this style, you want to hammer this down, and you might want to even hammer some of the framework too to give it a little contour and make it look groovy and stuff. So I have no measurements down, but that's pretty much all you're going to need for something like this. So this is easy for anybody to do. So let's give it a shot. I'm not going to measure anything, although I should. I think these are, yep, same as that. So that's 3 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 inches. At the foot. One, two. Okay, about right here. I'm going to give it a cut. It's not science. I'm not building a rocket. So, hopefully this will go all around at least 3 times. I don't think it's thick enough for 4. Let's see how thick it is. Let's see, that's about a half a centimeter, 4 millimeters, 5 millimeters. So, and this is a 16 gauge, which is, if you want that in, looks like about a millimeter, a little over. So yeah, and how many did we say this was? 3 to 4. So maybe 4 times, 3 times. This was a 3 millimeter cabochon, and the 4th wrap bumped up. So I'm going to do 3 around this one. I'm going to use the mandrel to get it started. So we want the front to be a little snug around the front so that the stone or your cabochon doesn't pop through. And then the next one is going to be right around here, and then your 3rd one right behind it, and snug inside, like you would see like this at the top. See how they're all nice together and it's snug. That puppy's not coming out either way. So we'll start like this. Just get a nice circle going. You want to leave something for your bail too, or hook. You could do it on either end. If you don't have enough room where you're beginning, don't forget to leave enough room at the end. Alright. That's a bit small. And it's going to actually be quite perfect. It'll be a perfect fit. So, but I want to get it up and around there. So my next, I'm going to go all the way around the cabochon, nice and tight, snug to it. So if it's a stone, I don't want it to scratch. It's not the neatest work, but it's neat to look at. Right now I'm matched up, so I should have 2 rings all the way around. See? If I can get it in there. I'm looking at my ring. Okay, 2 all the way around. Starting with the third. But leave this alone. And the third, you want it to be tight like this one, the front one, so it holds the back in. So, but we're still going to follow the cabochon around. And what we'll do is at the end, give it a little tug. And the end is when you meet up with the other wire, the other end piece. And one of the reasons why I'm using the cabochon to go around is not, I'm keeping a nice round shape to it all. So we're pretty. It's pretty close, I think. I'm gonna just bend this down a little bit more for you, because I keep moving. Alright. Now this piece, I don't think it's going to be long enough for a hook. So I'm going to use that to wrap around this once or twice. But first I'm going to have this come straight up, and we'll give it a quick measure. Again, I don't usually measure. I just eyeball it. So we'll do something. We'll do it right this time. And I'll hammer out the end. I'll cut it to size, hammer out the end, and make my hook that way. But this is the piece this one is going to hold it all together. Yep, and that's something. Alright, so the front piece is nice and snug around the front. Let's give it another. If it's not snug enough, pinch and pull a little bit. And you have shrunk it a bit. But keep it lined up almost well, because that's just too cool looking to me. And that, again, that's just not going to come out. That looks pretty good. This piece I want to bring straight up, but first I want to get my back. I might actually be able, I don't have the wire to do 4. So we're going to leave it at 3, which means there's going to be a space, which still is pretty cool looking. Did something just fly off the table? Kind of shrink it like that. As you're pulling, you're curving, but push the side, get it up over and push a bit at the same time. It's not the easiest thing to do. And once you get it down, do it a couple of times, it'll be a little easier. But in the meantime, drats, I should have cut more wire. It's going to come out. Alright, I'm going around again. Maybe not. That's kind of cool looking. What do you think? If I had a properly sized cabochon, I'd probably, another millimeter, I would have gone around a fourth time. But it is going to look a little funky. Now, this I want to come straight up. It's not going to come out. It's not coming out. So, this I want straight up. So I forgot to tell you need flat nose. And also, if you have them, they're not absolutely necessary. But jump ring or bail makers, they're just they come in tiers in their different millimeters. I think this is a 3, 4, 5, 6 and up. Whoa. So this is what I'll use to make that part. This I didn't use this, as you can tell, it's not so round. Hold on. But to get this straight up, I want my flat nose. I have a variety of these. And not made for this kind of a project. They're specifically made for prong rings. But, okay, I'm just going to bring it straight up. 1, 2, 3. That starts a fourth. So we don't want 4. Let me know if this is going to poke you in the eye. Pretty close to the camera. Ta-da! See, pretty groovy. And again, it's not going to come out. And even this part is going to keep it in there. Now, this, I'm not going to just wing it around. I'm going to do it with my pliers. I can't see what I'm doing. That messed up a little bit. Yep, you get to see me making mistakes and pretend like I know what I'm doing to fix them. I'm going to hold that really tight and bring it around. Just a quick pinch. That just doesn't look stable, does it? Nope, doesn't look right at all. Make some adjustments. I should probably do this after. I will get to it. Nelly. Kind of straight there. Yeah, It's in there now. It's pretty good. That worked out nice. Alright, now for this. I gotta cut this. Cut it and I'll file it. So I'm going to cut it in here so I can tuck it instead, kind of like a jump ring. Geez, I hope I got one wire in there. I didn't check. And then I'll file that down a little bit anyway. Now, if I was going to put this on the market, I would have made sure to undo this and do it correctly, more lined up. And I would have used a better cabochon. And I'm filing it so I don't get caught right now. I'm going to pinch it in. I think that'll work. Now for this, you really don't need much more than an inch. So if you want to measure it out, there's your inch. Let's go an extra half, just so that we can see what we're doing. Maybe that was a quarter. Really not paying too much attention. Always file before you hammer. In shape, if you're going to make twirls and you want to hammer them out to give them some flair. I thought that was my cat in the cat box, but it was me. You want to give them some flair, you know, like make paddles, nice rounded paddles, or not flares or paddles, but you want to make nice flares on your curves. You want to make the curve first. Otherwise, it might just end up not turning it. You changing the metal altogether when you hammer it. So, anyways, file. I'm going to hammer a little bit. It's going to make a lot of noise. It's going to go bang bang. A little bit of a flare to it, and it's flat, so it won't be so bulky, and it's not exactly straight, but that's okay. You want to take the tip, and because we're going to be bringing it this way, I want my flat end to go this towards the back, like that. Take these little guys, and I want to show you on this one, I think that's a 4 or 5 millimeter, the second one up. Bring your tip all the way to the end and grab, bring them around. Yeah, it's a bit big. So let's make this bigger. That kind of looks like a pocket watch, doesn't it? And there you go. Hook like that. And with this, like I said, it's not perfect, but that's how I would do it. That's all it is. And that's, oh, yeah, it came out. That's terrible. I could prevent that and just bring this out if I wanted to put this on the market and not undo it. If I wanted to, I could coil. It would be a backbreaker, but I could coil all of this, which would give it that extra little bit to, I would use a 26 or a 28 gauge just for that extra little bit. And the stone would be locked in there tight if this was a stone. Kind of like what I do with my lighter creations. When the lighter cases, I wrap the wire right around the lighter, and that doesn't ensure it not sliding out. So like this. Here's one. So I coil it, and that there makes it so. I wonder if I have a display. Yeah. This is not made for this, but it doesn't come out. Whereas without this, it would have come out if it was just plain wire. So that would have given me, I can do that if I want to keep this the way it is, you know, for my own self, to ensure this doesn't fall out the back. I would literally coil it, or really make it weird and bring these in so this is square in the back. I can show you how to do that too. I'm going to bend this out a little bit. I probably shouldn't do this. No, I'm not going to do that. That'll be another day. This is too thick a wire to do that with. But at any rate, there you go. Kind of compressed type thing. Not really. But they're neat looking. It just keeps falling. Okay, this isn't going to work. At any rate, thank you. I'm Arlene Shipper. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. I'll have more videos, and they're getting better, I'll tell you what. I'm owner of MJ's Blues and Dance Club. The handmade section is called MJ's Handmaids. Simple as that. We're easy to remember. Have a great day.